Hi, my name is Neeraj. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about single responsibility principle. Single responsibility principle is one of the first principle of solid. Solid principles are a set of guidelines for writing software that is easy to maintain, test and extend. SOLID is an acronym that stands for Single Responsibility Principle, Open Close Principle, List Queue Substitution Principle, Interface Segregation Principle and Dependency Inversion Principle. Today we will discuss about first principle, that is Single Responsibility Principle. SRP. The SRP states that a class should have only one reason to change. In other words, a class should have only one responsibility. Right. I'm also taking help from ChatGPT, and let's see how ChatGPT is explaining about solid principle and single responsibility principle. I asked for what is single responsibility principle in C# with example. The single responsibility principle is one of the solid principle of object-oriented programming, which state that a class should have only one reason to change. This is the main point, which state that a class should have only one reason to change. This means that a class should have only one responsibility, and that responsibility should be encapsulated within the class. Let's see. There is an example. There is a class customer, right? In this class, we have few properties like name, age, address, and also we have few methods. We have a save methods where we are writing the codes for save customer data into database. We have a validate method where we are writing some logic to validate customer data, as well as we have send email method. In this method, we are writing logic for send email. So this class have different responsibility. This class is saving the data. This class is validating the data. This class is sending the email. So this class is the perfect example where we are violating the SRP principle. Here an example in C# to illustrate the SRP. So what we will do, we will change this class according to SRP principle. Let's see what ChatGPT is saying. In this example, the customer class has three responsibilities: save, validate and send email. Saving customer data to the database, validating customer data and sending an email to the customer. This violates the SRP because the class has more than one reason to change, right? If any of these responsibility change, the customer class will need to be modified. Let's see example. Suppose we need to write some logic in save. In that case, we also need to change customer class. Suppose we need to write some more logic in validations. In that case, we also need to modify customer class. Suppose we also need to write some logic in send email. We need to add CC, or we need to add, like we need to change subject. In that case, we also need to change customer class because these all three methods exist in customer class. To follow the SRP, we should split the customer class into a smaller, more focused class, each with its own responsibility. For example, we could create a customer validator class to handle the validation of customer data, a customer saver class to handle the saving of customer data to the database, and customer email sender class to handle sending emails to customers. This way, each class has only one responsibility, and change to one responsibility will not affect to the others. What ChatGPT is saying? This class is perfect violation for SRP. So what we will do? We will create three classes. One class is for save the data into database. second class is for validate the data, and third class is for send the email. Let's see what I have done. I have created a class with the name customer. In this customer class, I have created a method save customer, and in this save customer, I am calling a method create connection. I am calling a method validate customer. Then I need to write some save logic, and then I am calling a method send email. So see, we have a separate class for SQL connection, we have a separate class for emailer, we have a separate class for validate, right? If sometimes later we need to write some logic in validate, we will change this validate class. Same as if needed, we will modify emailer class, we will modify create connection class. So we don't need to change logic, or we don't need to write, we don't need to modify our customer class every time. So SRP says that each class, module or function in your program should only do one job. In other words, each should have full responsibility for a single functionality of the program. So this is customer class. So customer class is responsible for only customer related things. This is connection class. Connection class is related for only connection related things. Same as emailer. Emailer is responsible for emailer things, not for customer, not for connection. We have validate class, that is for validate only, not for saving customer, not for sending emails. So each should have full responsibility for a single functionality of the program. So that is single responsibility. And in next video we will discuss about other principle. Please like, subscribe, share. Thank you.